Hi guys! So literally, in the time frame it took YouTube to upload my other video, found the other piece. So, I'm going to finish doing this now, and I'm going to record the video for tomorrow. And, well, I'm going to continue to record this so I can post this one for tomorrow. Because tomorrow my boyfriend is having surgery on his balls. And I'm going with him in the morning, and then that means I'm probably going to be a little out of it tomorrow. So, there's a possibility I might forget. I'm trying my best not to forget, but I might forget. So, what I'm doing is pre-recording things, because that sounds like a smart idea. Hey, Tinkerbell, put your head back on straight. Damn it. Really hate these things sometimes. Come on, detach your butt. I worked so hard to put this thing back together for it to turn around and come apart. Are you freaking kidding me? There we go. I had to rip her head off. I mean, quite literally. Look, here's her head. Now, are you going to behave and get back to where you're supposed to be? Please. Thank you. That was ridiculously way too much work. Now, think about it. All done. Okay. Now I'm going to do Alice. And then I'm going to bed. Oh, well, I have Harry Potter too. I'm playing the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Basically, I'm playing a tap 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 game. That's what this game is. It's tap here, tap tap tap. So here's her head. I'm going to put her body and her arms together, because this is the biggest pain in the butt part of this whole stinking thing. This is the biggest pain in the ass. Oh, for those of you asking, I'm a Ravenclaw. It's just like I'm born a Virgo and I have a personality of a Cancer, so. first time I did this, it took me 20 minutes just to try and figure out which freaking arm goes where. Because I didn't stop and think to do the whole thumbs go inward thing. You know, when you hold your arms like this, how your thumbs on the inside. So, little thumbsies are on the inside. I'm trying to show you this, and I know you can't see it. I'm sorry. There goes her head. Mother trucker. Where did your arm go? There it is. Trying to find a basically clear blue arm on a brown floor. Does anybody else play this game, or is it just me? Probably just me. I'm weird. It's okay. Front of shirt. Left arm. Right arm. Back of shirt. I really should have glued this by now. Head. That was just a bow. I put that on. Speaking of bows, bow. Hair. Hair. And bow for the top of her dress. The actual puzzle part is the physical dress. It is all right here. This one has a little skirt. So this one holds better a lot. It holds together a lot better. So, for anybody that hasn't done one of these, it's very easy. Sort of take these pieces and put them on here. Like you would any other puzzle. This is basically your etch. Harry Potter. Here we go. You know, it makes me wonder, because in this game, your rival is Slytherin. That if you were in Slytherin, would that make your rival, like, in Gryffindor or something? I mean, I'm a Ravenclaw. Look, it's 10 o'clock. My time. Do, 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 do. half expecting one of these times for Colby to try and sneak up behind me. I don't say try to sneak up behind me because I'll catch him. I say try to sneak up behind me because I'm going to frickin' scream. Don't get me wrong, I might catch him, but I'm definitely going to scream if he does. So I am realizing that there's not, technically while I'm recording this, I'm not having any time between my last video and this video. So if you guys have asked me any sort of questions or anything like that in my last video or made any comments, I probably have responded to them as in like commenting back. But I'm not going to be answering any questions right now because I think my video finally finished uploading maybe 5 minutes ago because for some reason it decided to be slow. So I haven't seen your comments or questions or anything. So I'm basically going to take the comments and questions from 2 videos and combine them into one. And doing so, look, I just need that 30 more stinking house points. I don't have enough time. Trying to get enough of the little red books so I can buy me a fairy. Yes, for another quest, but like, I've been working on it. Trust me, I would have had enough originally, but I bought 2 creatures when I wasn't supposed to. So I had to save up more to buy another one. And I haven't spent any money on the game, and I'm trying to do the whole game without doing it. So, yeah. What are some people's favorite games? My all-time favorite, always will be, always has been, is Kingdom Hearts. Right behind that is Final Fantasy. I'm weird. I like Final Fantasy X too. I realize that everybody hates that one, but I don't care. I like it. Let's see. How is everyone dealing with all of this stuff going on in the world? I don't even know what to call it anymore. Like, the people hoarding things that they shouldn't, and rules are getting put in place. There's some places, I think it's like Texas and California, places like that, that they are, for the next, 2 or 6 months or something, I don't remember, they are canceling payments on mortgages and things like that. Mortgages, utilities, and here I am going, when are they going to do that here in Omaha? I mean, come on. When are you going to do that here in Omaha? That'd be awesome. Because if my landlord doesn't have to pay mortgage on the house I'm in, then that means I don't have to pay him rent, which means that's money I can put aside because we're trying to save up money so my boyfriend can file for bankruptcy because he has very bad health and really shitty health insurance. Actually, for a while he didn't have any health insurance, and that's why he's in debt. Don't get me wrong. I was in some serious debt too. Then I got put on disability, and debt collectors came to the realization that they weren't getting paid. So, sorry, I've been doing this not on camera. I can take it all apart if you want. Here, let's do that. Ready? Why did I do that? Because I wanted it to be a little bit longer video than, 20 minutes. That's what it been all it was. So let's see. I mean, it's still not gonna be very long. Anyways, like, so a few years ago, I was in some serious debt for my medical stuff. And now, I'm not in so serious debt. I mean, I still have debt, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad. That's because I got put on disability, and debt collectors came to the realization that they weren't going to get all of their money, so they should just stop trying for all of it, and instead are offered me, we'll stop bugging you and lower your debt if you pay this much in one big payment, which is fine and it works great. But at the same time, now I owe this much and that much, and this much and that much, and this much and that much, and $200 and some odd dollars here, and $400 and some odd dollars there, and not much better. I mean, smaller amounts, but smaller amounts doesn't mean anything unless, it's smaller amounts and more time to pay, or smaller amounts by a lot, or look at her. She keeps sticking her whiskers in that. And then she wonders why she gets hurt. And I keep trying to stop her. She won't listen. I love you, Alice. I really do. You're so annoying. So, on my last video, I tagged another YouTuber on it. Irish White. It took me forever to remember what his name was, and I had to find his actual videos, and I linked it in there. And I'm sorry that, I couldn't remember your name, but I have a crap memory. The only reason I remember most of the things I do is because either A, I kind of do the same thing over and over again to keep my brain focused on it, or B, I have it written down somewhere. I have something called DID, Dissociative Identity Disorder, which means there's more than one person in my head. Multiple personalities, that's what most people would call it. But if you sit there and you say multiple personality disorder, everybody thinks of the movie Split, which is stupid and I absolutely hate. Or people think of, psychopaths. And as much as I would love to use the fact of them freaking nut job as an excuse, it's not. What it is it's preventable if parents would just be better. I came from a very, 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 very crappy childhood, and severe amount of trauma happening at a young age causes your brain to disassociate and means of coping, which causes different disassociations, which is basically different personalities. The major problem with this kind of thing is when I switch to different personalities because I'm disassociating due to stress, anxiety, depression, something along those lines, I don't know what happens all the time while they are out. Normally what happens is after I come back to, which sometimes can be days, sometimes can be hours, sometimes it's only 20 minutes. If I don't have someone around me to tell me what happened, I have to go inside my own head and hold a conversation with every last one of them and find out who came out and what happened. Once I figure out who came out, it's a little easier because then has anybody ever seen the movie Dreamcatcher? I use that movie as a reference to what's wrong with me. To DID a lot. In the movie Dreamcatcher, one of the guys can go inside of his own head and all of his memories are on files. So if he needs to remember something, he just goes and finds that file and he reads it and then, he remembers. My brain kind of works like that. I figure out which personality it is, and then I can go in there, and they have their own filing cabinet, and I can read their files and find out what the hell I missed. And at the very front of my brain, like where my forehead technically is, my frontal lobe, I have a bulletin board up, and it's got important information and like pictures and people's names along with those pictures, so, we have some communication. So, they all know who people in my life are, and, if they make new good friends or anything like that while they're out, I know from that board because they're supposed to post it there. I say supposed to because some of them, not naming names, pointing out, Loopy, doesn't like to follow the rules. Yes, I just said her name was Loopy. Yes, they all have their own names. It's a lot easier to identify who they are, why they're created, how they were created, what use there are. So Loopy comes out when I'm under large amounts of stress and anxiety and I'm unsure what to do and I become, what's the word? I feel like my brain's on fire because I'm overusing it. She comes out, she's over happy, she tries to bring the brighter side to life. She tends to be the happy side of me. So if you've ever sat down and you've ever had a conversation with me and I seemed a little overly happy, probably wasn't actually me. It was probably her. We just don't always, what's the word I'm looking for? Identify that she's someone else. Because sometimes it's easier for people to just think that you're faking happy or that you're really oh so very perky all the time than for you to sit there and have to explain, I'm so sorry, that's not me you were talking to. That was a whole different personality. Because the moment that you mention other personalities, people assume so many things. Instead of coming to the realization that, different personality means different way for my brain to cope. This would be an Alice. Now, there's a Tinkerbell and an Alice. And I have to be up early because tomorrow's my boyfriend's surgery. So I'm going to paint this ball that goes in my boyfriend's dragon's clock, and I'm going to bed. Love everyone lots. I'll talk to you real soon. Stay in touch. No dying. I don't really know what to say, honestly, at this point. Right. So, yeah. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Sorry, trying to put the trunk on. Look, it's a tree trunk. Ta-da! Bye!